You're listening to a Rogue Agents episode rebroadcast that the Longbox Crusade crew made for the other podcast network where we do a little work on Her Majesty's Secret Podcast. We encourage you to check out on Her Majesty's Secret Podcast and its feed for new episodes and additional content. We hope you enjoy these older Rogue Agents episodes re-released here on the Longbox Crusade Network. Welcome to an On Her Majesty's Secret Podcast MI6 Rogue Agents Special. My name is Jarrod, Alberich, the Yard Sale Artist. You may know me as Death Probe. And I'm proud to present this Rogue Agents Special episode. On this episode, we are going to take one of the James Bond Find Your Fate books. These came out in around 1985. Find Your Fate is much like a Choose Your Own Adventure book, if you remember those from the 80s. Find Your Fate just had some pretty cool licenses. I remember they had the Indiana Jones license and, of course, the James Bond license. I'm prepared to be corrected, but I think there were 4 James Bond Find Your Fate books. Here at OHMS Pod headquarters, we currently have a copy of number 11, Win, Place, or Die. And we decided it would be kind of fun if we took this book and we put the choices from the story out on Twitter. No context or anything. We would just basically put polls out on Twitter saying left or right, go forward, turn around. Basically the options that came at each story break, just to see how our Twitter followers would vote and how the story would come out. Full credit goes to newly minted agent DJ Christados for this idea. This was all Pat Sampson. It was his idea to do this, and we certainly thought it would be a lot of fun. So you're about to listen to James Bond, Win, Place, or Die by R.L. Stine from the Find Your Fate series, book number 11, brought to you by the Rogue Agents crew. Ironically, Pat Sampson is the only voice not featured on this episode, but we do have Jason the Weasel Skull Alberich as Sean Connery as James Bond, if you can follow that logic train, and we have Delvin the Dark Web Williams as M. So we hope you enjoy this Rogue Agents production of James Bond and Win, Place, or Die from the Find Your Fate series. Let's find out how our Twitter followers did on this mission. James Bond in Win, Place, or Die by R.L. Stine. Find Your Fate, book number 11, based on the James Bond film A View to a Kill. Kamchatka Peninsula, northeastern Russia. You dig your poles into the ice. You move quickly, almost silently across the frigid wasteland. Your skis gliding across the rock-hard frozen surface. Not exactly St. Moritz or the slopes of Aspen, but you aren't skiing in this bone-chilling cold for pleasure. As James Bond, Secret Agent 007, you have a job to do. Agent 009 disappeared somewhere in this area. Your job is to find him. Beneath the gray sky, all is white, interrupted occasionally by a scraggly pine or jutting ledge of gray granite. Suddenly you are startled by a far-off, high-pitched sound. What is that howling? You turn around. The mournful howls grow louder and then fade. Are there wolves somewhere nearby? All you can see is ice. Ice so hard your skis do not leave a trail. You ski on, looking for Agent 009. Agent 009 had contacted headquarters about an important discovery he'd made just before he disappeared. Perhaps the KGB captured him. Perhaps they left him out in this frozen wasteland to die. Will you find him in time to learn what he had discovered? Another sound behind you. This time it is definitely not wolves, unless the Russians have trained wolves to ride snowmobiles and shoot. You've been spotted by the KGB. The goons are coming after you on snowmobiles. A rifle shot rings out, then another. Bullets whiz past your head. You duck your head down and try to ski faster, but they are gaining on you rapidly. You've got to find a way to escape. To the left, a low fog hangs over the flatlands. Perhaps you could escape into the fog. To the right is a tall, massive block of ice. There appears to be something inside the ice block. You must decide which way to ski. Left into the thick fog, or right towards the block of ice. Our Twitter followers decided we would be going left. You turn left as you ski into the low-lying fog bank. You reach into the pocket of your ski parka and grab a small control module. Q, that master inventor, has equipped your ski outfit with a few unusual accessories. You press the little button on the control module. The roar beneath your feet is the sound of the jets that Q attach to the skis. You struggle to keep your balance as the jet skis blast you across the ice.
See you back at the lodge, guys.
You call to your startled KGB pursuers. As the roaring jets propel you away, the flatlands become hilly. The hills become steeper. You are skiing up the side of a mountain. The fog is beneath you now. You can see clearly that your jet skis are blasting you toward the edge of a precipice, a sheer drop-off the side of the mountain. In a few seconds, the jet skis will carry you off the edge of the cliff. You can see KGB guards rounding the bend behind you. Several of them stand up in their snowmobiles and raise their rifles. It's life or death time. Do you keep going, take your chances and fly off the edge of the precipice, or do you spin around and take your chances against the KGB guards? Our Twitter followers determined that we would keep going. Well, they say that flying is the safest way to travel, you tell yourself as you ski off the edge of the cliff. You push a button on your backpack, and whoosh! The Rocket Pack, another clever travel accessory designed by Q, lifts you even higher into the air. The KGB guards stare helplessly from the edge of the cliff as you escape into the sky. You soar over the frozen valley below toward the slope of a mountain nearly a half a mile away. As you begin to land, you realize that you are coming down in a crowd. Who are all those skiers down there? Have you flown into another squad of KGB guards? Landing with a thud, you realize that you have interrupted a practice session of the Soviet ski team. They stare in disbelief as the jet skis blast you off of their ski jump, and you sail into the air for more than double the world record.
Poor fellows. Hope that doesn't give them too big of an inferiority complex.
You say, skiing away safely. What awaits you back in London? Back at the offices of Her Majesty's Secret Service in London, M greets you solemnly.
I'm glad to see you made it safely, James.
Your superior says, motioning you to a chair in front of his large desk.
Did you learn what discovery was made by 009?
Well, no.
You reply.
Did you locate 009?
M asks, his brows wrinkling beneath his clipped gray hair.
No.
You reply.
Then would you say that this trip of yours was a waste of time?
M asks.
I did get to test out some marvelous new ski equipment.
You tell him.
Perhaps, 007, you should take that ski equipment on a long vacation. A long, permanent vacation.
M suggests angrily. You have failed in your mission. You did not find the missing agent. You did not learn his discovery. You did not even come close to learning about the mysterious man named Zoran and his incredible plot.
Achoo!
You sneeze into M's annoyed face. It seems all you have to show for your mission is a bad cold. Rest up, then try another path through this book to complete your mission. The end. Once again, we hope you enjoyed that performance of Win, Place, or Die from the Find Your Fate series by R.L. Stine. That's copyright Eon Productions and Glidrose Publications Limited from 1985. As far as I know, these books are currently out of print. I don't even find them when I look for them digitally. I'm not finding them on Kindle or anything like that. If anyone has any other information on that, please hit us up on our Twitter handle, which is OHMS Pod. We'd be happy to share that information. But as far as I understand, these books are just out-of-print books that you just have to hunt and find for out there. You can take the quick route and go to eBay. They can be a little pricey, $30, $40 a book because of the collector's market, or you can do it like I do and just go hunting in the open market. You never know what you're going to find. Once again, those are the Find Your Fate books. As far as I know, 4 bond books, and they're only in these vintage paperbacks. Again, not found digitally, but I'm going to be able to look for them, and those cool Indiana Jones ones as well. We certainly encourage you to legally acquire these however you're going to do it. Please purchase the books legally. Legal download if you find it. We prefer you not to do an illegal download. If that's the information you find out about, we actually don't want to know about it. We want to keep everything on the up and up and make sure that these creators are taken care of. So can be hard to do with these because I think they're only in retro print, but we'd appreciate it if you keep it on the up and up. We definitely recommend these books, and we certainly appreciate you guys giving it a listen. And as Sean Connery is wont to do, he did leave some outtakes on his recording of his lines with Jason, even though they're the same person. So I will leave you with those, and we'll catch you next time because, as always, James Bond will return.
Come on in. You wanted to see me, Panzerbrain? First off, it's Weasel Skull, Mr. Connery. Yes, could you please come inside? Certainly. What can I do for you, lad? Well, I was wondering, I've got a couple lines here to read. We're doing a show, and it's from a James Bond, Choose Your Own Adventure. And I thought since we had the original James Bond here, it'd be good if you could read a line or two. It's always James Bond with you guys. What about Zardoz? I've been dying to do some Zardoz or some Outland. How about Outland? That was a classic. My men are shit. Remember that? That was a great line. Yes, those are all good movies, Mr. Connery, but if you could just focus on these lines here. And why are you dressed like a pirate? Well, to be honest, I got these 2 lasses and they're kind of into this cosplay thing. And you know what? Never mind. Just give me this thing and I'll read it. All right. Here we go. See you back at the lodge, guys. Poor fellows. Hope that doesn't give them too big of an inferiority complex. Well, no. No. I did get to test out some marvelous new ski equipment. Achoo! Well, that was riveting. Can I go now? Yes, thank you, Mr. Connery. It's time to swab the poop deck.
This episode features the James Bond GoldenEye 007 Trap remix by The Whittler.